love the lizard, but in the movie, one of the main character animals is a beaver. Was it always a beaver? And why a beaver?
I mean, that's a very long story. I'll tell you the short version. I mean, originally I wanted penguins, and you guys were there. You were there. I mean, I don't know. It was just really fun to draw, like especially during the pandemic. I think I had to latch onto something. You know, okay.
I need something.
We all had our lifeboat.
Yeah. We all had our thing, so no judgments, guys. It was the pandemic. Yeah. We're all allowed one thing.
People were baking bread. You were drawing penguins.
Yeah.
Just can't get enough. Nice.
So is that when you steered away from penguins? You were like, I need that shape somewhere.
I don't know. It just felt funny to me, and I really wanted to make a movie with penguins in it, but I pitched it to Pete, and Pete was just like, I don't think the world needs another penguin movie. He was absolutely right. Says him, but he probably was right.
Shout out Surf's Up.
Yeah.
I love Surf's Up.
Just in the ether.
Yeah, it's into the void. Yeah. So I was looking around for a different star for the movie, and the long story short is I read about beavers, and you find out that they make these ponds that kind of sustain a lot of biodiversity. And they're a keystone species, and they change the land in amazing ways that really service a whole ecosystem. So when beavers come back, everyone comes back, and it's kind of an amazing kind of metaphor for the way nature can restore itself. But yeah, I think so. That's kind of that's the
perfect.
metamorphosis.
The
Yeah,
you want that circular shape.
They are very similar.
That
It's
should be in the
still got
art of
there.
book. That's like the.
What is that? Is that a man?
His face.
Oh, that's a.
He's angry.
Oh yeah.
It kind of looks like Pete Doctor.
Oh no.
It does look like Pete. Cool.
If you can draw like that,
Yeah.
you can do anything.
And have really good hair.
And have really beautiful hair.
Yes. So, anyways, that's the story of beavers. That's why we end up with beavers. That's why there's stars. But honestly, the more you read about beavers, the more you're like, oh my gosh, these guys are incredible.
Is there anything in the movie that didn't make it that was kind of hard for you to cut or you miss?
Not penguin related.
Not
So
penguin
much
related.
stuff, I feel.
I know there was an animal that Maddie really wanted in the movie. It was a mole.
I really wanted a mole because they have that like hand situation.
They're also very
Hand situation.
I really wanted. I wanted King George to have like a vizier, like a grand vizier.
Oh yeah.
Who
He was the
would
side.
whisper in
Yeah.
his ear.
Yes, sir.
He's like, yes.
Don't listen to them, sire.
And he was like blind, so he just had like,
That's awesome.
Maybe he had the star
he had the
nose
little
thing.
nose
and he kinda,
thing.
like,
Touch Mabel. Like,
yeah. And like King George respects him, so it would just kind of be happening on the side of his face as he's like, yes.
Yeah.
I really still believe in the power of the mole. And the shrew as well. I was like, please, just any weird little like
underground.
Burrowing,
yeah.
That would have been great because for animation, none of the characters can like touch their own hands.
Yeah.
Their arms are so
The
small.
mole would be the
It would
one.
have been great to have these big hands to play with.
Yeah, that was the defining thing of our movie, right? It's like small, short arms.
The hands are this big.
Yeah. And then I'd be asking like you guys to like, oh, could you have their arms come out a little more? But you guys just didn't have a lot to work with.
Yeah. No elbows.
No elbows.
No elbows.
Yeah, I had to do where King George is like rubbing the oil with his hands.
Yeah.
and his shoulders are just ripped out of their sockets to like reach his.
I boarded that scene, and there were so many moments where we're like all these beavers, like we would cheat, like they're like this, but sometimes their arms would just like stretch out like this much. And later in animation, like I was like, oh no, we really kicked that can down the road.
What are you drawing, Maddie?
Oh, I'm drawing the mole that I wish
Fan art.
existed.
There's
And here.
We
No,
can get him
he's
out
just-
there finally.
Here he is. This
Yeah.
is what we could have had, guys.
Oh, the mole.
Yeah.
Why didn't he end up making the cut?
Daniel
Oh,
didn't like
he
him.
never even made it to
Yeah.
the page.
Okay.
He was drawings and Maddie's passion
Yeah.
in the room. That's about it.
I don't
And
even know
us
how
just
many
like
times.
talking like, yes, sire. Like, you'd walk by
Hey, listen to
the,
his high.
the writing room, and you just hear all of us just going, yes. And also like just walking like this.